Almost all Formula One teams are owned by car manufacturers, except Red Bull. But why is that? Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren, they all make cars as a business model. It makes sense for these brands to build a reputation through high-end motorsport in order to sell more sports cars to fanatics around the world. But Red Bull is not selling cars. They are selling a very sweet drink. Why on earth did they end up in Formula One, where running a team requires a lot of resources and expertise? In this video we will explore the crazy story of Red Bull Racing, whether F1 pays off for them, and why we might soon be able to buy a Red Bull sports car. In early September 1970, the world of Formula One was rocked by a terrible tragedy. The paddock had just traveled to Monza when championship leader Jochen Rindt was killed when his Lotus crashed on the approach to the Parabolica corner. As the first Austrian to win a world championship, Jochen Rindt ignited a passion for motorsport in his home country that still burns bright to this day. For one Austrian motorsport fan, the impact and legacy of Jochen Rindt is more obvious than most. Dietrich Mateschitz. In the summer of '82, Dietrich Mateschitz's life would change forever. He started his business trip to Thailand as a jet-lagged marketing executive, but after a few sips of a local energy drink, he knew he had found the next big thing in beverages. Obsessed with a drink that cured his jet lag, Mateschitz entered into a partnership with the manufacturer Chaleo Jovidia and started selling Red Bull in his native Austria. From very early on, Mateschitz was keen to align Red Bull's brand image with the superior physical and mental attributes found in extreme sport athletes. Inspired by Jochen Rindt, Mateschitz approached Austrian F1 driver Gerhard Berger and signed the Ferrari driver as Red Bull's first sponsored athlete in 1989. This would mark the beginning of Red Bull's association with Formula One. Links with Berger also helped to create one of the most important friendships in Formula One history. Enter Dr. Helmut Marko, former driver and manager of Berger. Marko and Mateschitz were keen to leave a legacy in Formula One, just like their fallen hero Jochen Rindt. While Marko was working hard to develop young drivers through his junior program, Mateschitz became the main sponsor and majority owner of the Sauber F1 team. But he was soon growing frustrated with just being a sponsor and passive investor. In the 2001 season, Sauber decided to promote young driver Kimi Räikkönen over Red Bull's preferred candidate Enrique Bernoldi. Mateschitz did not take this snub well. He rarely gives any interviews, but is likely to have said something along the lines of, "Screw it, if I'm going to have real control, I need to create my own F1 team." In November 2004, the perfect opportunity presented itself when the Jaguar F1 team was up for sale for the grand total of $1. Mateschitz snapped up the struggling team, hired his friend Marko as an advisor, rebranded it as Red Bull Racing and pumped hundreds of millions into the team. They quickly challenged the status quo of Formula One, hiring promising young team manager Christian Horner, who earned the team's first podium in 2006. Red Bull celebrated their success in style, and the team's party atmosphere led to huge popularity among fans and the media. While this attention undoubtedly boosted Red Bull's image as the drink of extreme sports, the true goal of the company was to win championships. This is where Helmut Marko came in. While Mateschitz was investing in infrastructure and positioning Red Bull as a disruptor, Marko was quietly developing young drivers capable of getting the most out of their cars. One such promising talent was Sebastian Vettel, a German driver that had risen through the ranks of the junior team before graduating to Red Bull's sister team Toro Rosso. In 2009, Marko and Mateschitz put Vettel in the main Red Bull seat, and this partnership soon came to dominate the sport. Vettel and Red Bull went on to win their respective championships for 4 consecutive seasons. 2014 saw rule changes and the emergence of Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton as the dominant forces in Formula One. Red Bull have not won a championship since, at least that was the case when uploading this video. But Max Verstappen has helped the team bring the fight back to Mercedes in a thrilling 2021 campaign and might have won it. You will call it out in the comments below. Red Bull's goal in F1 was simple. Create a winning team in an extreme sport and allow the success and high-octane lifestyle to infuse into the brand image, ultimately boosting sales. So, has this massive investment been worth it? Technically, Red Bull is losing a lot of money through Formula One. According to a report in 2018, they invested more than $2 billion in their first 14 years in the sport. It is estimated that Red Bull contributes around 35% of the race team's income every year, but after you factor in the high costs of the sport, the team only makes around $10 million in profits. But Mateschitz did not start Red Bull Racing to make a profit in Formula One. He just wanted to boost the sales of his energy drink. When you look at the investment from this perspective, he's getting a great deal. Experts estimated that the level of brand exposure enjoyed by Red Bull between 2009 and 2014 would cost $320 million per year. So, in theory, Red Bull were getting this exposure for half the amount. To be fair, these figures are always simplifying things a bit. But it is certain that while Red Bull have invested a lot of money, they have created a marketing machine that gives them access to a valuable market. So, Red Bull Racing is nothing more than the marketing strategy of a motorsport-obsessed energy drink billionaire. Well, recent developments paint a far more interesting picture. Honda, the current engine supplier of Red Bull, announced their intention to stop all involvement with Formula One. This was bad news for Red Bull, as fractious relationships with Renault and Mercedes meant that there was no obvious engine replacement. In another surprising move, Mateschitz announced Red Bull's intention to invest hundreds of millions to take over Honda's engine facilities and start building their own engines. This is a complete break from their current Formula One model. The original plan was to pump money into the team, disrupt the status quo, and build brand equity with a sports fanbase. But there is no obvious marketing benefit to engine production. They already have one of the best cars on the grid, and they risk damaging their brand if the new engines drop from the performance levels maintained by Honda. What on earth is Mateschitz thinking? Well, beyond the fact that they would lose money through reduced brand exposure if they dropped out of F1, there appears to be a new plan in development. He no longer sees Red Bull simply as a beverage brand, but wants to develop his sports teams into independent business models. In fact, it looks as if Mateschitz wants to transform Red Bull Racing from a marketing machine into a lucrative technology company. Early signs of this shift were clear when Red Bull employed their Formula One expertise in a joint project with Aston Martin to create the Valkyrie, a 1,000 horsepower road car. In a 2021 interview, Christian Horner, the F1 Red Bull Racing boss, suggested that the future could see even more Red Bull road cars. Having learned all those lessons with the Valkyrie, it would be a great shame not to put them to use. Now that they have added engine manufacturing to their impressive selection of skills, Red Bull could be perfectly suited to take up even more complex and lucrative engineering projects. Mateschitz' "screw it, I do it myself" attitude has come to define Red Bull's relationship with Formula One. The initial decision to dump Sauber was vital in establishing Red Bull as one of the most popular and successful brands, not just in motorsport, but of any industry on the planet. The decision to become an engine supplier is yet another example of the "screw it" philosophy. While this decision is unlikely to pay off in can sales, it will help transform the brand from a marketing machine to a cutting-edge technology and sports company. Watch out, Elon. Dietrich is coming for you. Speaking of cutting-edge technology, check out our video sponsor NordVPN. It's the fastest VPN on the market, so you can always watch your favorite sport without interruption. And you stream securely all the time, because NordVPN lets you easily change your virtual location with a click. You never have to miss your favorite match again, even when abroad. With NordVPN, the internet becomes a place without barriers. It takes just a click. Open the map, click on a location, and you'll be connected in seconds. It's that easy, and you can use it on 6 devices, even on your smart TV. Go to nordvpn.com/athletic interest to get the holiday offer. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee.